Sleepers Podcast, Thursday, March 13th. Welcome back. I'm still here. It's great to be here. How are you, Cart?
Doing good. As this episode will be released, my seed, my young king, will be 6 months old.
Wow.
Yeah, and wife bought him one of those half hats.
Wait, explain this to me. I don't know.
Have you seen those?
No.
I forgot Mal's not on the talk anymore, and you don't go on that either. But I guess there's a birthday hat. You know, like birthday hats will say like a number on them, right?
I didn't know there was such thing as birthday hats. No.
You didn't know, like you never seen like the one with the string underneath and it's like pointy.
Oh, the little pointy hats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you'll see those at kids' birthday parties and they'll have like 1 on it, 2, 3, 4. Name the numbers. There's a half one, an actual fraction on a hat that he's gonna wear.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. I like it.
So I have shifted my expectations as a father, and I come to terms with that.
What does that mean? What, you've shifted your expectations?
Yeah, he's gonna be a 9 to 5 guy.
Why? Because we're giving him half birthday presents?
We're celebrating half birthdays.
Well, what are you going to do? I was going to propose a couple half things that you could do to celebrate his birthday.
What, like cut my meals in half? So
I was going to say you could eat half your normal portion size. You could run a half marathon.
You feel good about yourself?
I'm floating a couple half things you could do. You could watch just the second half of college basketball games.
I could stop this episode right now and only be on half.
Yeah, but then we would both suffer. Then our children would only get half the food and half the diapers that they need.
That's true. We can't cut them off, right?
We cannot cut off our toddlers.
You're right. That's good. That's a solid point.
Yeah. Can I do you mind if I take over this banter and spin it in a completely different direction?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people think that we do this banter just for show and like we press a button and play characters here. No, this is how we interact in real life too. Like it's 90% banter and that's just how we engage with each other. So before we started this episode today, we were actually talking about how during conference tournament week, we have to do a lot of the work at night. So there's less work to do in the morning and there's more just like time to dilly-dally around and not get right to it. So we were like over bantering this morning offline doing nonsense. And a very interesting banner or banter path came up that I'd like to bring back on the show now. We were talking about, how do I honestly tell this? We were talking about a prominent celebrity that is known for being overweight.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of their persona is like just, I am overweight.
Mm-hmm.
And we started talking about how like it's unsettling to us that this person could just decide to get skinny and then everyone else in their industry is just screwed.
Right.
And so I proposed hypothetically, Cart, maybe we should do a year where starting on January 1st, our resolution for the year as sleepers is to gain as much weight as we can. You and I both get as fat as possible in a calendar year. And then the next year, we lose it all off and see how much we can lose.
I mean, it's quite the scenario. A few things that could go wrong in this case that just come to mind right away. I'll get out in front of it. Your frame isn't conducive to holding a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you get so big you're in a wheelchair?
What do you mean?
Like, what if you get so big you're in a scooter?
What do you mean?
Like you're 6'1"?
Come on. That's crazy.
What are you?
I'm a legit 6'2".
Oh, really?
I mean, I've never been called a 6'1" person by anyone. That's crazy.
Okay, you're legit 6'2". Okay.
I'm 6'2". Sorry, I'm 6'2" with bad posture.
With bad posture. That's true.
You're still 6'2" with bad posture. I might be 6'3" if I stand up straight.
That's very true. That's a good point. What I'm saying is, though, throw 350 on your body. You're gonna need a motorized scooter.
You
You
don't think I
throw
could carry 6'2", 350?
no. Do you?
I don't know. I don't know how being that heavy works.
See, so with my body and the way it is, I could be pushing like TLC show limits. I could be on like my 600-pound life. Would I be my best self? No.
What do you
But
think is the
I could get up to
maximum amount of
650.
weight that you could carry and still be mobile?
Probably like 634 pounds.
No way. No way.
I wouldn't be like super mobile. I'm not like running down the street, but I would be able to, get up and down stairs and
I
shit.
just don't think that's possible. But back to my prompt here. If we say we actually did this, say on January 1st, we were like for 365 days, our goal on camera, documented as sleepers, is to both gain as much weight as we can for a year. What do you think we would finish by the end of the year? Like,
Uh,
do you think you would gain 100 pounds in a year if you tried?
yes, easily.
Do you think, like, what's the number you would gain? What's the max number you could gain in a year?
I think I could gain like 180 pounds in a year.
Really? In one year?
Yeah, I'm like I got bad like metabolism, all that. Like I'm a big guy now, and I don't necessarily think I eat like an awful human being or don't be active. Like I'm pretty active, and I try to eat as best as I possibly can. It's not the best, but I'm pretty solid at it. And I'm still a pretty big guy. I've just naturally always been a big dude. So if I completely just let it go, ate whatever I want, never did physical activity, I think I might touch 200 added on in a year easy.
Well, I was gonna say, what's the day-to-day motion look like for you to implement this too? Like, is it basically just eat whatever you want when you want, don't work out ever, and like how do you actually execute that?
So just completely cut off physical activity. Um, that's the first thing, and then honestly, the eating part would be the hardest because, like, I mean, gee, I think you know this. I don't know if you can stand up for me on this. I don't just like eat an excessive amount. For as big
No.
of a guy as I am, you would think I could eat more. Um,
Yeah, you
but
get full quickly.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not like I know our good friend Zach Hurth. I can see this dude delete a large pizza in a minute. Like he's got that in his game.
Yeah.
I would need like some assistance, maybe, or like some heart to just knock it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, I've witnessed that. Like if we get a pizza out to eat somewhere, I definitely eat more slices than you do. Like you
yeah, so
just
I think
yeah.
one actually given that information, I think I could put on 131 pounds in a year.
See, maybe I'm crazy. I feel like the most I could intentionally put on in a year is like 120 max.
Well, probably.
Like I think right now it's the same thing that happened last time, pregnancy weight. Not to blame my pregnant wife who's
No,
carrying our child,
but the blow ups come in once the baby comes.
the first time when Mal got pregnant, I gained 35 pounds in her pregnancy, and like midway through it, I just stopped looking at the scale completely. And in my head, I justified it as like my wife needs this. I gotta be
Mhm.
there for support. She wants food, I get the food.
Mhm.
But then this time I've been better. Like I've said no to eating with her sometimes when she wants certain cravings. Last time I was like, I'll get donuts and everything constantly. This week, not as much. But I definitely still have gained like 15 pounds minimum in this pregnancy. So yeah, you're right. Post-pregnancy glow up. The whole family's going to be on a health journey. I can't wait. But I feel like I don't know. I still feel like the pregnancy is sort of my mark. The first time when I gained 35 pounds, I think that was me trying to gain weight. And in 3 to 4 months, I gained 35 pounds. So times that by three.
And you
That's
were
the most I
active
think I
during
could
that
lose in a
time.
year.
Like you went on walks and stuff.
Not a lot. I mean, maybe, but it was,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I think the issue would be is that you would be able to get it off. I think I'd struggle once I to get it off.
Yeah, I get what. So the second part, we get to the year where now it's all right, we're going to lose it all. You don't think you'd be successful in losing it all back?
I give up by February 17th.
It is hard to like consistently go lose.
Yeah, especially because I don't know, maybe I'm giving myself a lot of credit here. I feel like I'd be kind of special at that high weight. You know what I'm saying? Like I would encompass it. I would make it me. It would be a part of me. And at that point, I would just kind of be like, wow, I can still get it done the way I used to get it done when I was that size. What's the point?
I mean this in the nicest possible way I could mean
He's
this.
about to be so mean.
You would be a lot better at being an obese person than I would be. Like, I think you would be able to own and rock that in a way that I wouldn't. People would despise me.
Hmm. That honestly makes sense. I see where you're coming from on that one.
Like, I would just quickly turn into actually Toby from This Is Us, but like a hateable version.
Like the petty asshole version.
And I'd have to like actually shave the head fully too. It wouldn't work, you know? You'd still have like a really nice cut. It would work.
Yeah. So if the time does come where we have a fat off, um, would people be interested in that?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. So, okay, final thing on this though. At the end of 2 years, first year we gain as much as we can, second year we lose as much as we can. What was your net rating and what was my net rating in terms of weight? Like, how many pounds did you finish up or down at the end of this 2 year sequence?
I think I would come back to the exact same weight I'm at.
You think you would net out even?
Yeah.
See, I think first year, I think I'd gain 130, maybe 125. And then I think I would lose 100 and I would net overweight 25 to 30 pounds.
That seems fair. That's probably more realistic than me.
So I don't want to do this,
Are you sure?
but it's a great bit though.
It is. What if we do it for like a month?
I also love that this entire conversation spawned from where it spawned from this morning.
Yeah, it was a truly it was
Like, what
truly
if what if we
generational.
have to gain weight?
It was a generational banter moment. Seriously, truly.
Oh man. Okay, you want to save the show?
No, I feel let's end it, to be honest. Nah, we'll go to the YouTube comment of the day here. Let's go with okay, this is actually one that I was thinking about after we did the segment, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this comment. This came from Christian Fernandez. This was on the 25 most dangerous March Madness players. No Chucky Hepburn. He's the best guard defender in the country. Teams better prepare for us in Hepburn because he will make you pay with his ability to steal and draw offensive fouls. Are you scared of Chucky Hepburn?
No.
And
I,
that's not disrespectful to Chucky Hepburn either.
he's a great player. He could single-handedly win them multiple games in this tournament, but there's a fear factor that needs to be present with certain other players that just isn't there with Chucky with us. And
Yeah, like we're going
Chucky
like
will
ugh.
probably clip this.
Like
So,
I'm more scared of what's his name? Fat Edwards?
and I like that.
Yeah, like he's the more scary person on that team. And that adds to the dangerous thing. But no, Chucky Hepburn's already murdered us once. We don't need him to do it again. Chucky's had an incredible season. We've already eaten enough crow on that one. Enough crow for a year to gain as much weight as we just talked about. Should we get to the Discord?
Yeah.
As I pull this up, please tell people why they should join said Discord.
Well, the Discord's a great place. I am enjoying my stint in the Discord this time around. It's been lovely. There's a lot of, I think, like nervous excitement from everybody with their teams. Like Illinois fans are in there thinking like we got a rebirth. We're rolling right now. Purdue fans are in there like I kind of like our Big Ten tournament draw. We still got the player of the year. Michigan fans aren't in there. Michigan State fans are in there thinking we have a Final Four ahead of us. There's Duke fans that are loving their life right now. There's UConn fans that are keeping receipts saying, I'm ready. I want to see y'all. There's Kentucky fans that scare me. There's a lot of fun going on, and we're going to launch some March games, I think, as well. I was talking about the March games yesterday, saying I just don't have the time to run them, but they're really fun and people loved them last year. And I got a text from none other than that boy D Hill, Dion, this morning, who said, what does it take for the March games? I'll save the day. Just let me know. So here Dion is once again being God's gift to us.
Sure, we are. I don't think people give Dion enough credit for what he does for this program.
Yeah.
Truly, the dude never misses, and he's great. Love Dion. I'm not gonna stand for Dion hate in the comments. I'll let y'all know that right now. Dion's locked in with us for L. If you don't like Dion, then F you.
We also told Dion like this is the one rare day in like weeks. Like, hey, you have an off day today. Cart and I are just going to do everything. And by 11 a.m. my time, 8 a.m. his time, he's listened to the full ep long enough to volunteer to run these games. Like his off day, he spends listening to the Sleeper Show.
Yeah, and I think he's building a desk.
Love the guy.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
truly special. All right, starting off today with Burner 605. Be honest, did you read the Burner Yearly Awards?
Burner, I got to be honest, I haven't read your blog. I'm sorry.
I have not either.
I appreciate you sending it and you should stick with it because I like it. But this is a me problem that's not a Burner problem. I don't read things. Like Guy used to write the newsletter. I think that stopped. I
Still
never
writes.
read it.
I still writes that.
He still writes it?
Yeah,
See, I'm such a dick, man. I don't read. I haven't read anything that's not from Twitter in like 7 years.
yeah. Same here with me. It's nothing against you, Burner. I don't read anything anybody in the Discord promotes.
That's crazy.
I mean, it is what it is.
I hate that.
You're supposed to be in there to support us. Not, no, I'm kidding. It's not even like that.
Okay, that's
I'm
awful.
kidding. I'm kidding. Honestly, I have read Burner stuff before. I will say that. When did he send me those yearly awards? I will read it, but I did not read this one yet. You have my word on that one, which, honestly ain't really worth a shit right now with how I read the comments. Low Life Mike, my Spartans. With Cohen Card Dunky Dunks happening every game, who are some of your favorite dunkers in your program's history? Shannon Brown made me want braids and a headband when I was 6 years old. I'm white. Other others that others that instantly come to my mind: Darrell Summers, Brendan Dawson, Aaron Henry, Jay Rich. Leaving off redacted because
Oh my God, that cracked me up. That was a great comment. Is it this user's new, isn't he? Or did he just
Yeah,
change his
welcome. I
name?
think he is new. So welcome to Low Life Mike, my Spartans.
Low Life Mike, thanks for joining, my friend. Michigan State has so many better answers to this than mine. I want to share my Shannon Brown love or your Shannon Brown love because as a little 10-year-old growing up in the Lansing area, I used to go to Michigan State games and Shannon Brown was one of the first jerseys I ever got. Adored the guy. He was electric. Headbands were a thing in my house because of Shannon Brown. Air Georgia is the best dunker I've seen at Michigan. Brent Petway. He was a freak back when Michigan was horrible. He was doing I don't want to say Colin Carr level, but close to like the physicality of how he dunked. Like it felt like he was going to tear the rim down every single time, a true athlete. And then I think GR3,
He was underrated as a dunker.
yeah, he doesn't get the credit he deserves as a dunker because I think he just made shit look really effortless. But like he had in-game 360s, he had in-game between the legs. Like he could do some dunk contest dunks in game that were a little more theatrical than Cohen's best dunks at Michigan State.
Yeah. I think Low Life had some good shots in there. I mean, he named some of my favorites. Shannon Brown obviously was incredible. Aaron Henry is one of the more underrated dunkers in Michigan State history to me. He had like some very loud ones, some posters. Um, he was underrated, pretty bouncy. My most disappointing dunker of Michigan State time, Gabe Brown. Gabe Brown didn't catch enough bodies for my liking. He had way too much balance not to be able to do so. I just want to throw that out there. Uh,
Oladipo for a non-our team too. That guy, I watched
Dog,
every Indiana game just praying he would post or someone.
that was insane. That miss alley oop, that was against your team, wasn't it?
The missed one, the
The
missed
miss
dunk.
one,
Yeah.
yeah, the miss one at Assembly Hall,
Yep.
the greatest miss alley oop dunk of all time. War chant. Hearing the Chris Collins is a candidate for the Indiana job chatter again that I was hearing weeks ago. Would you guys keep Woodson or hire Collins if that was the choice? Hire Collins.
I'd keep
Oh
Woodson,
God.
man.
Oh God.
Listen, Goodman last night said it's Brad Brownell or Ben McCollum. Other people are saying it's Chris Collins. You're in the tournament. Those are the best hires available, and you're in the tournament. Let's cut the charade here, man. It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, hire Collins easily for me. Um Oh, Malik chimed in. Lowlight did leave out Jay Rich talking about dunkers for Michigan State. That was a clear omission there for sure. Let's see. War chant once again. I find it so crazy that a guy can get drafted in the top 10 and only be third team All Big Ten. Third team might be generous. Love Riley was the six-man award winner. Rickhouse being a sportsmanship honorary winner is the one we wanted. Rickhouse would definitely not stand on the logo at midcourt.
Yeah, guess that's true. I Jace Richardson was also third team All Big Ten and is going to go top 10. So doesn't seem like it was a Kasparis antagonist here. Yeah, I don't know. Where do you stand on? I don't think draft stock has anything to do with where you like Ace Bailey's going second. He wasn't on an All Big Ten team, was he?
The best player in the sport is not going to be a top 10 draft pick. Like
Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, and Jace Richardson were all also third team All Big Ten.
right. So that's kind of what it's just is what it
Has
is.
this ever happened? It happened 4 times this year.
Oh, shout out to War Chant, man. Um, let's see. Mano IDK. If you're Illinois and you have to bring back one of these players next year, who is it? Ty Rodgers or Ben Henrichhouse?
If I'm Brad Underwood, it's Ben. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's Ben.
But if I'm me in Brad Underwood's role, Ty.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because Ben is not good enough to do what he does at this level, in my opinion. And Ty, I think what Ty does for the culture and the locker room is genuinely more impactful than what Ben does on the court.
Everyday guy.
It would do Illinois some wonders to have some guys in the locker room that don't think they need 35 minutes.
That maybe Ty Rodgers thinks that though. You don't know that
Well, he stuck around here. He didn't need to this
for
year.
now. Tune. Going back to the alternative baby name banter, my mom wanted to call me Greg, but my dad thought it was too reminiscent of Greg Brady of the Brady Bunch. Thoughts?
Haven't heard that one very much. Not a huge Brady Bunch household growing up, but
Yeah. Either was I, but why do I know the Brady Bunch theme song?
because it's an electric theme song.
There's a story of a lovely lady. That's something, something in a really big white family. And they were born. And there's a bunch of squares on the screen. And they're the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. It's a bang.
Yeah.
Why isn't someone like remix that?
Yeah, honestly, like a trap version of that would go crazy.
Yeah.
There's
Like, especially,
that.
oh, I need Central C on a Brady Bunch theme song. Immediately. Central C and Dave, please, if you're out there, please, my fandom. Um, T. Steffi, hey guys, currently on an 8-hour road trip, stopped at Bucky's, and the wife says the proper rotation at a gas station is to get gas, go to the bathroom, then food. I said the order should be bathroom, food, then gas. What's the correct order?
Oh man, I love this question so much, and I'm so in alignment with you. It's bathroom first, it's food, then it's gas.
No, it's gas, it's bathroom, and then food. That the wife is in the proper rotation here.
Oh, I disagree.
Let the gas pump while you handle everything inside.
See, that's kind of merging the two, though. Initiating the gas first, then finishing the gas last. I'm okay with that answer. But if you finish the gas, like you wait for your gas to be pumped before then going into the bathroom, psycho behavior.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hope that's not what he's implying here. Also, second part of that, what's your go-to must-have candy, drink, or food on a road trip?
It just can't be just like a bag of Cheez-Its for me.
That's a good call. The extra toasty Cheez-Its if available.
Oh yeah, yeah. OG.
Depending on the gas station, if they do have a good fountain Diet Coke with like good ice and a nice styrofoam cup, I'll tap into that. Chips, sour cream and cheddar ruffles, candy, something sour, Sour Patch Kids, and then probably the Gator Light Zero, the lemon lime one.
Yeah, that was
I
good.
like that. I like
Those are
those
good.
ones.
Somewhat anti the idea of like, what'd you say, sour cream and cheddar?
Yeah.
Somewhat anti that level of staunch flavor in a car.
Yeah, there's a certain level of snacks you can't eat in the car. Don't
Like,
be a
isn't that getting on your fingers and stinking up the car?
I'm going with the classic open shuffle out of bag directly into mouth.
I have seen you do that. You're good at that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'd also do that while driving. Don't sleep on big cart behind the wheel, man. I'll take us wherever.
Do you miss our road trips?
Yes.
I really miss our road trips
Oh,
way more than I thought I would.
they were so much fun. And given at the time we did it, like not to like puff our chest out, but like we were kind of just getting started. Like I
Yeah.
feel like now we would get like we might get on the Jumbotron at Pinnacle.
I don't know when it's gonna come back. I feel like it's gonna be when like you and I are firmly established as family men. Like we
Mm.
might need to give it 3 or 4 years where our kids have grown up a little bit and we're done in kid having mode. But once we get to that point, I think there will be a year that we bring back sleepers on the road, whether it's like with some actual vehicle that's great. Like I would love like a sleepers like like a tour bus, or if it's like a wet sleepers on the West Coast and we actually, now that I can fly, just document a vlog style thing there, that would be electric.
That would be if it is a tour bus, I'm driving a tour bus too.
Like I'm just begging you to like come sit in the back. We have a driver and you
He's
just
the driver
refuse to
sitting
let
with
me.
you, and I'm just driving the tour
I
bus.
end up becoming boys with the driver if we're just chopping it up in the back.
It'd be special. This one comes from Fam Illy, like Fam Illini kind of. He new member of the Discord, so shout out to him. Sorry if I mispronounced what you were trying to go for, though. Welcome to the Discord. Braden Smith will most likely be the preseason Big Ten Player of the Year again next year. With Jacobson coming back and taking the pressure off TKR defensively, is there a world where TKR could steal the award from Smith?
No,
No world?
2% world.
No, like they gave it to Smith already. TKR is incredible. Like they want to give it to somebody else.
I'm gonna do something you're gonna hate.
Hmm.
Bron's the best player on the Lakers. I don't care if, well, now Luka's there, but before Luka got there, Bron was the best player on the Lakers. I don't care if AD has 30.
I see what you're getting at there. I see what you're getting at. Okay. We got a Malik Perry Flurry in route here, so strap up.
Strapped.
Malik Perry. This is like asking if you want help or no help on your team. Bum should be honored, and Brad should be mad he wasted money. Have fun working at Pizza Hut. That's mean, Malik. Malik, once again, glad Izzo won and wish no one made all Big Ten team. This would make our team even more interesting. Hope Kohler, Carr, Holloman, Fears, and Booker take notes and go out on missions the rest of the season. Malik's not even asking questions at this point. He's just getting his thoughts out here, which
I
I
kind of
guess
love it. I
I
kind of
guess
love
I
it.
guess that's okay. Malik, once again, I think adding some college basketball changes is a good thing. 6 fouls, and maybe if a defensive player jumps to block a jump shot at the 3-point line and the offensive player jumps into them, offensive foul. For the simple reason, if the defender has to let the shooter land safely, why not the other way around?
I'll pass on that.
Get Malik on the committee. Did Sissoko hold AJ back, or did AJ hold Sissoko back from being good? Everyone said AJ needs a good big, but what about Mad Mahdi from the Carrier having a good point guard?
Uh, I'm uncomfortable commenting.
Malik Perry once again. Should I be worried that Izzo hasn't been recruiting a five in the 2026 class? Only bigs that could or would be on the roster if Jesse and Booker. End of Flurry.
I'd like your thoughts on that because you got multiple spots to fill here, right? You're gonna need some guards. You're gonna need some bigs if Jace leaves.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a guard wing type for sure with Akins leaving and Jace leaving. And then with Zapala moving on, I think that we need a five. I think especially this year we've seen Kohler be maximized at the four. I think you need to put him next to a really good Big Ten caliber starting five. And then you have Cooper as the backup five. I think that works out well, but they do need to go out and get a five and a wing guard, in my opinion. Don't I mean we'll see if it happens, but I think they do need to do that. Um, all hail the Pope. I know you all put Ralph in charge of picking SEC stuff, but what it you all's who do you all pick for the SEC champ and who do they beat in the championship?
I have A&M beating. I'll go Florida.
A&M beating Florida.
Yep.
I got Florida beating A&M.
It's gonna be a gauntlet though. Yeah.
I have Florida winning the SEC tournament though. Um, all hail the Pope once again. Kentucky will probably play Georgia, then Bama, then Florida, then Auburn. How far does Kentucky make it to be successful?
I think their lack of depth with injuries is going to hurt them in this tournament. If they were at full strength, I would like them to really care and make a run. They obviously have the upside to beat anyone, but I don't think they've shown they have the upside to win like three straight games against top 10 opponents.
I think it'd be beneficial for Kentucky to lose early in this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm coming at on this one. Your Serbian boiler, bias Serb here. Quick diversion into NBA. Please explain what you think the MVP award should stand for in this league, because I clearly have a different opinion than Vegas and a large contingent of SGA truthers. If you take SGA off OKC, they are still a decent team. You take my boy off of the Nuggets, and they are immediately dog shit. We're likely going to look back on this season and wonder how this guy with these numbers, getting the league's only ever 30, 20, and 20 triple double, didn't win the MVP.
I think my brain broke on that.
I think this is about SGA being the NBA MVP award favorite.
Oh, okay. I don't watch SGA enough to have a take on that.
Yeah, I mean, SGA has been incredible. Also, someone pointed this out. I saw it on Twitter the other day. There's a lot of people that have this notion that OKC would still be good without SGA. Um, SGA, like you look at the on and off splits though, it's there's a vast difference between the two.
Yeah.
And I know that's not everything, but as much as we're saying this, like this is still like Lou Dort he's playing with, and good NBA players, but he's not playing with just like a bona fide super team. Like Jalen Williams is good. He's a good two.
Very good.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, but I just think I don't know. I get where it's coming from. I think that Jokic is obviously very deserving. He's been incredible this season, but I don't know. I feel like SGA got robbed last year and he just ran it back and he's the best team in the NBA, best record in the NBA, I believe. So, or at least the best record in the West. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be tough if you don't give it to SGA this season. That's my take on it.
I agree.
Um, all hail the Pope. If you had the power rank the top four seeds in the NCAA bracket, who would be the 1 through 4 seeds?
The top one seeds? Was that the question?
He said if you had the power rank the top 4 seeds. So
Top.
maybe like power rank the 1 seeds?
I'm gonna assume that's Houston, Auburn, Duke, Florida.
I think so.
Okay, it's Duke, then it's Auburn, then it's Houston, then it's Florida. Very clean cut for me.
Duke, it's Auburn, it's Florida, then it's Houston.
There's a bunch of people really mad at the graphic on Florida, which confuses me. There were also Vanderbilt fans really mad.
Well,
Um,
I go back and forth with this Vanderbilt fan all the time. He just DMs me all the time about Vanderbilt, and because
oh
I
yeah,
feel
I
like
discovered that randomly a couple weeks ago that you've just been like shitting on a Vanderbilt account privately in DMs for months.
yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah, anchor up.
How often do you do that with fan bases we're supposed to be building? How often do you antagonize them?
I don't have to answer that.
Do I need to check our DMs more?
No,
Okay.
please don't.
Do I need to check our bank accounts? Are you doing a bunch of stuff I don't know about?
If I was embezzling, you would know.
Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, we know too much about each other because I feel like you would just be able to find me or get in contact with me. So I can't if I
You
wanted
think
to.
I'd be able to find you?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, probably. Burner 605. If
Almost like we're
Indiana,
friends.
yeah,
Like, what does
yeah,
that mean?
yeah, we are. Well, I mean, we are, but in a world where I'm just like, you know what? I want to just embezzle money. I would just disappear. It would be like I never existed.
This doesn't sound very compliant, man.
We are compliant. I'm sorry.
We
Uh,
don't, to be clear, we do not embezzle.
yeah, we don't, and we won't.
I don't even know
Burner,
what embezzling is, to be honest. Oh no, now I'm like Dusty. I don't know the tradition. Oh
you want
no.
me to break down the tradition of embezzling money?
Please move on.
Okay. Burner 605. If Indiana hires Ben McCollum, I'm gonna be so mad. What would you rank that hire if they do hire him, G?
Awful.
Awful.
Yeah, I have nothing against Ben McCollum. He seems like a good guy. He's clearly a winner. But I was out when, and I say this as a bad hairline guy, out when I saw an angle of a halftime interview that I didn't like this week. You
That
can't hire like the up and coming mid major guy with that hairline cart.
that's a pretty okay
How
thing.
old is he?
I don't think he's that old.
He's only 43? Man, I would have guessed he was 61.
You're putting some bad energy into the air.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Tune. Update to the Big Ten draft idea. You each get three teams, one team from each bye stage, snake draft.
I
I
like
don't
it.
get How does that work though?
I think I follow what he's going for. I
Do
like
you?
it.
Should we do it?
We have different topics for today. We could do it later on, maybe.
Yeah, let's do it later on. Mutant Matt, last one. Long time listener, first time commenter. Welcome, Mutant. Appreciate you. I should have signed up for this Discord a long time ago, but I'm cheap and it's sad. So you guys suffered for my cheapness. Those days are over. Sleepers is a daily listen for me, except when I'm being soft in the ass after Purdue loses. Greg, congrats on the soon to be experience, second time dadhood. Cart, my son was born like a month after yours, predicting some AAU matchups in a few years. What would have been each of your best parental moments thus far into your respective dadhoods?
This is one of my favorite entrances to the Discord of all
This
time. You
is
gave us
special,
humor,
Matt.
you gave us sentiments that were real, you gave us a history of listening. I just love that, Mutant Matt. I've got my eye on you. I think you could be a breakout superstar in this Discord community. Uh, Man, I don't know if I have like a really great special moment that defeated all the others. The real answer is like I feel like there's things every single week that just like make me happier than anything else in my life with it. I like we did a vacation to Florida this summer that was great. Well, this winter during Christmas, right after Christmas, that was probably the happiest I've been like on the road with family. So I would go there. But like I don't know, like my happiest thing currently is that she loves counting. So like every single day she'll just start counting like one, two, three, and I've never loved numbers more. Like I'm became considering becoming a math guy.
Yeah, you do an elite Murphy impression, by the way.
It's so cute, dude. It's
Yeah,
so cute. She loves buses. Like I drove her to my parents this morning. She saw a bus out in the wild and she like tried to climb out of her car seat in the car going, "Bus! Bus!"
I love that.
It's
Love my
great.
niece, man. Almost gonna be two. That's crazy. What's my best parental moment thus far in dadhood? Um, people told me it would be like the milestones, which are good, right? Like the cuteness of like him learning how to roll over, him like discovering his hands, discovering like what he can do with his mouth, finally like grabbing onto things. Like I love that. But I think my favorite current moment is he's the like happiest, smiliest boy when you walk in the morning to wake him up. Like from waking up from naps or waking up in the morning, he's now flipped to being a belly sleeper. And when you walk into the room, you flip the lights on, he just like he'll look up and then he sees you and it just immediately smiles. And I'm just like, I mean, I know I'm that fucking boy, but it's good to see you, son. It's good to see you, kiddo. So yeah, I think that's my current favorite dad thing is the wake up and he immediately smiles when he sees you.
Yeah, no, that is pretty fantastic. There's just so many things like I don't even think you realize you're doing it, but as they get older, they really start to just adore and love the things that you love without you even trying to force it on them. Like
Right.
Murphy genuinely gets freaked out excited when she sees a basketball hoop and like will point at the TV and say dad dad when she sees basketball. And I'm just like I haven't tried to force that on her, just she sees me doing it all the time and associates it with me, which is insane.
It's the best. It truly is.
Best.
A great way to end the Discord comments today. Shout out to Mutant Matt.
Yeah, I think we needed a morale boost. Thank you, Mutant Matt, for like just giving us that get over the hump moment.
Yeah, that was nice. Also, when my son does see your son when he's playing for like Speece Indiana Elite, on your ass. Like really on your ass.
And I don't want to get like too disturbing with this, But like my ideal scenario of this would be that Murph has kind of had romantic relationships with both of them, and she's sitting courtside, and like the winner is going home with Murph.
Oh, we are getting a text in the chat. Mal is not gonna like this one.
I'm just saying, you do you, honey. I respect you.
Should we get to the show?
Yeah, we probably should. We're very YouTube compliant. Just want that on record. Love you, YouTube. Love you, compliance. Cart, I just want to share my own personal story of compliance for a moment. I woke up this morning and I got up a little early because trying to be good pregnant wife, husband here, just trying to knock out the morning activities for my wife. And I got up. Normally, I'm like, okay, Murph's getting up right now. Shower, I'm out. I'm ready by 7:15. I checked the little monitor app. Murph's not awake yet. Like, oh, this is lovely. I have like 15 minutes just to myself to take a little breather here. And you know what I did with my 15 minutes card? I marched downstairs, I made a coffee, I sat on the couch, and I read over YouTube's terms and conditions because I just want to better myself and better our business and follow the rules as compliantly as we can. And I feel like a better man for that.
That's really good. I think that's very compliant of you. I my attempt to be so is I brought out future names for our next child if we have the blessing of having one. Thinking compliant Elliot.
Wow. What do you like compliant Elliot or could you go like complier Elliot? Because that would kind of be the C Carter, you know?
Complier.
Complier Elliot.
Complier the high flyer.
It rolls off the tongue.
It's special.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, YouTube. Let's get to the show. This came from friend of the show, champion, by the way, outright Big Ten champion. Spartan Hoops DK texted us this week, and as the Big Ten awards were being released, was like, "Hey, it'd be really interesting to hear you guys do just a draft of these players, regardless of where they finished on the All Big Ten teams. Like, if you were trying to build a team or just who you want." Into the NCAA tournament at this point in the season. Because as our comment section noted today, and as DK is implying here, there's quite a few guys that didn't get first team All Big Ten accolades that I think we would take over guys that did get first team All Big Ten accolades. So I want to call this the postseason Big Ten player draft. Basically, let's each build a team of five guys that we want on our team for the postseason going forward the rest of this year. Can be anyone that played in the Big Ten. Although, do we want to put the caveat on this? We're not drafting players from teams that won't be in the postseason, or what do we want to do here?
Yeah, I think that should be a caveat.
Okay, so that means no Bryce Williams and
Yep.
maybe a couple other players on the first or second team that
And
wouldn't
maybe
get
like
here.
no Dawson Garcia in there.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Wait, he's allowed or no?
No, that's okay. Like we don't need
Oh,
Dawson
okay.
Garcia. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then we're using Evan Mia, I assume, as our who built the better team.
Yep, of course.
Okay.
What else would we use?
Do you want the first pick or the second pick?
I would like the I would like the first pick.
Okay. You would. Go ahead.
What excuse me.
Well, now I see now the strategy wheels are rolling in my head right now. Go ahead.
Braden Smith.
Yeah, you would. All right. So I have two. You took Braden Smith.
Doo,
In
doo,
my head, I feel like I can bait you into something here, but knowing you, you won't do it. So I am going to take, oh man, I'm going to take John Tonji and Jace Richardson.
John Tonji and Jace Richard. Damn. Thought I could maybe get past you and possibly get Jace back to me.
I'm going to take John Tonji and Jace Richardson. I think if Jace falls outside of the top three of guys you want for March, it's a mistake in this league.
Yeah, I got that. No, that's pretty fair thing on here. Okay. Let's see here. So I got back-to-back
Would
picks.
I have been crazy for not picking Tanji? I mean, his production is so good that I think you have to, but like he wasn't exactly someone I like immediately wanted here.
I think it would have hurt you for me to get him, probably, right?
Pairing him with Braden and a good big would be
Yeah, like
death
that
sentence.
probably would have did you in.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to take ooh. I'm going to take Derek Queen,
Wanted Queen.
and I'm going to take Danny Wolf.
Wow. Okay. You didn't do something I thought I might have baited you into here, and I'll scoop him up. I'm going to take Trey Kaufman-Renn. I think I've got my team now based on how you drafted. So I think I can make my final two picks at this point and you wouldn't be touched. But I'll take Trey Kaufman-Renn and Kasparis Yakashonis.
Okay. I am going to take
And I already know I'm losing this draft because I never think about defense.
all right, so I got Braden. I have Braden, I have Derek Queen, and I have Danny Wolf. So for my last two picks, I'm going to take John Blackwell, and I'm going to take Will Riley.
All right, I'm taking Vlad Golden. I love the way my team shook here. Like, I think this went about as perfect as I could have wanted once you took the first pick. Obviously, I want Braden. But my lineup ends up being Kasparis, Jace Richardson, John Tanji, TKR, Vlad Golden. I don't know that I could have built a better team than that without Braden. Three first team guys, Jace, who would have been a first team guy if he played the whole time, and I guess Kasparis is the upside. To me, he's the second best point guard in the thing. I may lose this because I bet Evan Mia says the defense isn't very good, but I'm 100 out of 100 happy with how that draft went for me. Now talk me through your team.
I mean, I'm very happy with how my team laid out. I had the best player on my team. I think my team fits a little bit better than yours. I also think that I have guys that can do it on both ends of the floor. I got two of the most skilled bigs in the league. I have Will Riley, who has emerged, William H. Riley, sixth man of the year. And then I have one of the more underappreciated guards in the country in John Blackwell. A backcourt of Braden Smith and John Blackwell would be extremely fun, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. I love my team. I think they're balanced. I think they do a little bit of everything. Um, I'm very much in tap with what Evan Mia wants and needs, and that's part of why I do win these lineup drafts. I actually would like to guarantee my victory on this.
I mean, I have a feeling per Evan Mia you would. You know what Evan Mia doesn't account for though? Love you, Evan, if you're listening to this. Evan Mia does not account for emotional ratings, the body language PhD. Because I can tell you right now, the psycho competitor that is Braden Smith, a genius, is going to lose his effing mind having to play with Danny Wolf, Derek Queen, and Will Riley. You're right about the Blackwell pairing. But as Derek Queen and Danny Wolf turn it over for the seventh time each in that game, while Braden Smith stands there like, guys, what are you doing? That team would implode.
Hmm. I like how we did this exercise though, where we're actually building a lineup and not just drafting players. I like
Yeah.
this. Let's submit our lineups.
All right. So I've submitted my lineup. Have you submitted yours?
I am submitting it right now.
Classic procrastinator.
Defense is not as good as I thought.
Ooh, okay. So then we got a battle here. I got an A plus overall. Did you get an A plus overall?
I did.
A plus offense. Did you get an A plus offense?
I got an A plus offense.
I got an A minus defense.
I got a B plus defense.
Whoa! Okay, what's the actual percentile then? For offense, my projection is 133.7, 99th percentile.
What is your, sorry, you said 133?
133, 99th percentile offense.
My offense is 134.6, 100 percentile.
So your offense is as good as you can get, slightly better than mine. My defense is 88.1, 94th percentile.
My defense is 88.6, 93.5 percentile.
Well, that's weird. Well, no, okay, yeah, because it goes backwards. That makes sense. Okay, so I must have just made the A minus cut. You just made the B plus. I think if my math is correct, you're going to slightly beat me here. My projection overall is plus 45.6.
My projection overall is 46.
0.4.
99.8 percentile.
Yeah, I got 99.7 percentile.
Wow, what a battle.
That was a battle.
A battle you lost.
I stand by that my team would beat yours 4 out of 5 times.
Yeah, I don't stand by that.
That was so fun. Let's do it again.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
This time we're going to do it for everybody in the NCAA tournament, but not Big Ten players.
Oh,
So you can draft anybody in college basketball for March that will be in the NCAA tournament that is not a Big Ten player.
oh, okay.
And I mean, since you got the first pick last time, I would think that it's fair that I get the first pick this time. But
I won though.
card as all drafts go on this program, you get to pick. Do you want the first pick or the second pick?
You can get the first pick.
You're giving me the first pick.
Actually, no, I'm not. I don't like the way your voice inflected right there. I
Well,
want
the
the first
last
pick.
time that I gave you a prompt like this, like, do you want this or do you want to share something evenly? You said, I'll take it for myself. And then your team went and won the Big Ten outright after
Okay,
that.
that was non-con me. Okay.
I'm just saying, so you're taking the first pick here?
No, I think it's only fair. I got first pick last one. You should get first pick this time.
Okay, Cooper flag me.
Okay. Um, I'm going to go Janai Broom, and I'm going to go Cam Jones.
Interesting. Incredibly interesting, actually. Okay. No Big Ten players allowed. I'll take
Yep.
Walter Clayton and Mark Sears.
Damn, that's a fun backcourt. Those are good picks.
Did you think I'd let Clayton fall to you?
I was gonna try to sneak him in there. Yeah, I didn't think you would pick him to be honest with you.
Cooper flag,
Um,
Walter Clayton, Mark Sears. Back to you.
I'm gonna go. I need my team to fit here. I'm gonna go JT Toppin, and I'm gonna go. Ooh, yeah, I need some. I need some shooting. Give me the other dude from Duke. Give me Khan.
Whoa, Khan coming sixth off the board in this draft?
I'm working with something.
Wow.
I'm working with something.
Wow. All right, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Chaz Lanier. I want two guards, a shooter, flag, and Kalk.
Okay, my last pick here. Mm, looking for a three man here.
Wow, I'm fascinated by. I just submitted mine on Evan Me. I'm fascinated by my results.
What Big Glow say? I like my mix with a little bit of ugly, also a little bit of crazy. I'm gonna take Chad Baker Mazzara.
I can't believe we just did this and you drafted Khan and Baker Masara.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all right, come on. Cam Jones, Khan, Chad Baker Mazzara, JT Toppin, and Janai Broom.
Wait a second. Didn't you just draft 6 players?
No. Cam
Yeah.
Jones, Cam Jones, Janai Broom, JT Toppin, Khan Knipple, and Chad Baker Mazzara.
So I went Coop and you went Janai and Cam. I went Clayton and yeah, okay. No, no. You should only have one pick to end the draft.
I did have one pick down the draft.
Oh, I thought you just picked two.
No, I just picked Chad Baker Mazar.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
All right, so
Shall we submit?
I've submitted.
I submitted as well.
What'd you get? 100?
A plus, A plus, A plus.
Dude, I don't get this. I don't understand how a team with Khan is that much better defensively.
You know why it is, Greg?
Why?
You want to take a little quick peek behind the curtain?
Because you lie? Actually?
Yeah.
So every time we do this, you've been lying.
No, no, sorry. I don't lie about this, but this is a analytics website, right?
Yes.
So I go to Evan Mia's player ratings and I draft my team based off the players that he has the highest.
Oh, that's not fun.
It's fun to win.
All right. Well, you win.
What's that about?
As the NCAA tournament approaches, I would like to play one of our favorite games, Danger Watch. I would like to go through the teams that have clinched an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament and assign a danger scale for each of them for how dangerous they are as potential Cinderellas in the NCAA tournament next week.
Do we have any comment as a company, as an entity, that this week has been very much like how dangerous, how scary things are themed?
Well, college basketball is a very dangerous place. You can get shoved for standing at any given second, and I now view everything through a danger lens.
Salute the Jigathon.
Salute him. So I have the automatic qualifiers in front of me here. There are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams that have automatically qualified for the tournament. And so what I want to do is basically say who they are, lay out what they've done this season, maybe one to two things you need to know about them. And then from there, I would like you to get in your creative bag and basically assign them a danger mark. So like this team is as dangerous as a newborn puppy, or this
Ah,
team is as dangerous as a barracuda, something like that.
okay.
Okay?
All right, it works.
All right. So we're going to start with SIU Edwardsville, who went 22 and 11, won the Ohio Valley Conference tournament by winning two games in that league. And SIU Edwardsville, looking at their profile, they have a star guard in Rayshawn Taylor that I was familiar with before this year, but bad offensive team, average defensive team that really just depends on Taylor to be like a sensational 20 a night guy to try and pick somebody off. How dangerous is SIU Edwardsville?
So we are a little bit familiar with SIU Edwardsville because they had a string earlier where they played back-to-back Big Ten games. They got blown out by Illinois early on, and I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, we said that Indiana should be careful with them, given Rayshawn Taylor, and I'm really trying to think back to that game and think if they were actually in that game for a good portion of it. But either or, they ended up losing by almost 20 points in that game. This is also a team that lost to Doug Gottlieb by 30. Or do we have to address that?
I think we can get to the danger mark with that news.
Yeah. So as far as the danger zone for that, I am gonna have to say that this team is as dangerous as a chinchilla.
How dangerous are chinchillas? Just for
But
my future
so
reference.
the thing about chinchillas is like they're small, so they're welcoming, but they also kind of look like a porcupine. So you're looking at it like, could that be prickly? But then once you get in there, it's just a cute little rodent.
Okay. Okay. So really not at all. Like you
Yeah.
might
Also,
think.
also chinchillas don't belong.
Okay, so you basically you don't want this team in. I like this because you can go metaphoric and then I can try and interpret what you're saying. So basically, you don't want this team in the tournament, but they're in there. People are going to try and talk themselves into them being dangerous, but they're not dangerous. They're cute.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
someone you pick Rayshawn Taylor if you're doing a pick draft, and then you move on.
I love that. Okay. To the next team on the automatic qualifier list that is already qualified, UNC Wilmington. The Seahawks won the CAA tournament. They got a little bit of a gift with Delaware in the championship game, a Delaware team that only won 5 games in the conference before this. But they took care of business. I've talked up to Kyle Siddle as a coach that I really believe in. This is his first NCAA tournament appearance, but he's had Wilmington repeatedly in a really good spot as a program these last couple years. Donovan Newby is a guy who can take over a game at the guard spot, 6'1" guard. He had 24 points against Charleston in the conference tournament. He had 17 in the win over Delaware and a bunch of clutch plays late. How dangerous is UNC Wilmington?
This is actually a dangerous team. This is a dangerous team. I would constitute it like this. It's a fence and it doesn't have that barbed wire at the top, but it's kind of got the pointy things at the top where you don't really want to climb over the fence because you could get scratched. That's kind of where I'm at with this team. They're a borderline top 100 team on KenPom. They currently stand at 106. Their schedule, obviously given their conference, has been extremely soft. I mean, they have very rarely played a top 200 team on KenPom, to be honest with you. And when they did have those moments, you know, they lost to Townsend, who was going to be maybe the favorite to win it in the CAA. But this UNC Wilmington's well coached. Like you mentioned, Donovan Newby is a guy that can, you know, get for himself and also create for others. This is not a chinchilla of a basketball team. There is a world where this team does win a game in the tournament.
Okay, so this is a team that like could hurt you. You're going to have to be on your A game to take care of. Because you can hop a fence that doesn't have barbed wire at the top,
Yeah.
but you've got to execute that hop perfectly.
Because if you don't, you might get scratched on the
Yep.
way.
But even if you get got, it's just a scratch.
Scratch.
Like this team could win a game in the tournament. We don't think this team is going to win 4 games in this
Right.
tournament. Okay.
Right.
All right. I love this exercise. How about this is at our best, man. We're peaking in March. Robert Morris, they were the best team in the Horizon. They won the regular season and then they won the Horizon League tournament as well. They needed overtime to survive Greg Campy in Oakland, and then they pretty wire to wire took care of Youngstown State in the Horizon League championship game. Robert Morris has 4 players that average double-figure points per game. Their leading scorer is a guard named Cam Woods, but a team that in general just okay offensively and defensively, pretty good rebounding team, and a team that gets to the free throw line a lot. How dangerous is Robert Morris?
Oh, I'm trying to find the metaphor for what this would be. I'm actually going to throw this to you for a little bit of an assist here because there was a point where Robert Morris was 10-7 overall, 2-4 in the conference, right? And they come off a loss at home to Cleveland State. From that moment on, they just reel off victories. I'm talking about this is one of the hottest teams in the Horizon League. They only go on to lose one more Horizon League game the rest of the season. They finished 15-5. It was a hell of a run in that time. And Cam Woods is a really good player. But you look at the profile and a team that is, you know, non-power five school and their best attribute is rebounding. Like, it's not a team that shoots a lot of threes. It's not a team, you know, they don't take care of the basketball. I'm not really sure what is the actual metaphor, but this team is not scary. They're just hot.
And I think they're hot against Horizon League opponents.
Right. And they're
Yeah.
not going to play Horizon League opponents.
Yep. Although they beat Towson. We mentioned Towson was arguably the best team in the CAA. That was a good non-con win against like a team that could have made some March noise. But yeah, their only game against the top 100 opponent this year was West Virginia. They lost by 28 points at West Virginia the first game of the season.
Mhm.
So I don't know what's the danger mark for you.
Uh, hmm. I think this danger mark is a speed bump you underestimate. That's what I'd put it at. It's like you think you're good, you're going down the residential street. It's like you think it's a lower level speed bump. You don't really have to slow down. And then you go over, you're like, ah, shit, my drink spilled, but you're fine.
So this is a team that you think you'll be fine against. There's nothing on the profile that all that concerns you, but you could look up and at the under 8 of the first half, you're down 2,
Yeah,
but you know by the end of the game you'll be fine.
it'll be smooth sailing right after
Yeah.
that unexpectedly high bump in
Yeah.
the road.
I agree. I'm not all that concerned about Robert Morris. To the next team, Cart, the team that won the SoCon tournament, the Wofford Terriers. Wofford has had some great years as a program through the years, a team that has made NCAA tournament appearances. This year they were just 16 and 15 at the end of the regular season. Part of that is because they played a pretty tough non-conference schedule. They played a couple top 100 opponents on the road in Lipscomb and Duke and lost both of those games. But even into conference play, it was an inconsistent season. I believe they were the 6th seed in the conference tournament for the SoCon. And then they just rattled off 3 straight in the SoCon tournament. They beat Furman in the championship. They do got some dudes. They got Kyler Filowich, who is the underhand shooting free throw shooter, only shooting 32% from the line this year, but shoots them granny style at this point to try and fix that. Corey Tripp is also a dude that I believe is good enough to just take over a game. He has been in double figure scoring in 12 consecutive games to end the season with a 31-point game and a couple 20-point games mixed in there. How dangerous is Wofford?
So Wofford's actually, I'm surprised they are metrically rated as well as they are, given their record, to be honest with you. They're 119th on KenPom, top 70 offense in the country. So credit to them for that. With that said, um, they are as dangerous as a carton of bubbles. This team is not good. I'm sorry. I'll be completely honest with you. Maybe that comes back to bite me, but I am in no way, shape, or form scared about Wofford and the team that has a guy that shoots underhanded and shoots bad from the free throw line underhanded, and a team that went 10-8 in the SoCon, with all due respect.
So this is the first one I really agree with you on. You mentioned analytically they're a lot better than their record. I think that's true. Like the analytics have said they're one of the better teams in the SoCon this entire year. Just the record hasn't shown it. A lot of close game losses and a lot of blowout wins, kind of the inverse Michigan. They won 3 straight in the SoCon tournament. They looked good, even just from looking at like the Southern Conference's profile as a conference. They have 2 of the best 4 players in this league, both Filowich and Tripp. Like I think Tripp is a guard that can win you a game, and I think Filowich is a big that can win you a game. I know the free throw stuff is weird, but having 2 guys at 2 different positions that could potentially take advantage of a matchup in March feels like something to me. I like the vibes of this team, and I think every March we see some teams that are just straight up not good, but have a couple unique, memorable faces. Tripp and Filowich feel like those guys to me. So I would say this is the only one you and I disagree on so far. I don't have a danger mark that's as creative as yours, but I would not be surprised if Wofford picks off a better team in the first round of this tournament.
So this is like if the bubbles get blown and it gets in your eye.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Okay. To the next one on the list. I'm trying to be a little quicker because this is actually taking a really long time. Lipscomb. Lipscomb is a very good basketball team analytically, 81st on KenPom. They won the A-Sun tournament. They did need overtime to survive Queens in the semifinal, which was strange. But Lipscomb, top 75 offense in the country, efficient from everywhere, an incredible shooting team. They are 37% from 3, 57% from 2, 80% from the free throw line. It's a legitimately great offense. And I'm curious to see how dangerous you think Lipscomb is.
I actually think Lipscomb is really dangerous. I'm gonna say they're as dangerous as a colony of fire ants. And here's why I say this. This is a team that has guys. These guys are old too. Like these guys have played a lot of basketball together. They're old. They can really score and shoot the ball. I love how this team grades out metrically, top 100 offense, top 100 defense, but more so the offense. A team that can hit threes at a high level, efficient from 2-point range, great from the free throw line. I really like this Lipscomb team. I think this is a team that, if the draw goes their way, they could win 1 or 2 games.
I could see this team, maybe one of the only ones we've gotten to thus far with like a Sweet 16 upside. You
Yeah.
mentioned they're old, they've played a lot together. Their top four scorers are all seniors. I love that with teams like this. They got five guys in double figures, and they got a superstar, Ognisevich. Jacob Ognisevich is a 6'8", 210-pound forward. 20 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. He's a dude. He passed the eye test when you watch the conference tournament. So out of everybody we've said thus far, I agree. I think Lipscomb has been the best of the quote unquote Cinderellas and the team to keep an eye on as we get to the NCAA tournament. Next, we got Nebraska Omaha Cart, aka the program that Frankie Fiddler built, 22 and 12. Just for a reminder, last season they finished 15 and 18, 7 and 9 in sixth place in the Summit League. And then this year, 22 and 12, first place in the Summer League, 13 and 3 in the regular season, and the Summit League Conference Tournament champions. Horrible defensive team, really good offensive team. They can get really hot from three. They shoot 37% from three as a squad. And players wise, I was going to say Marcel Sutton, excuse me. Marquel Sutton, 19 points a game scorer, a wing type, 6'7" forward. So they got some dudes and a couple guards that can really fill it up to J.J. White, Tony Osborne. How dangerous is Omaha?
They're as dangerous as a player with the legs of Marcus Bingham, but the upper body of Cohen Carr. They skip leg day is how I would constitute this team. I think they do some good things offensively, shoot the ball well from 3-point range. This team is so bad defensively to the point where I see them getting to the tournament and they go up against a team where they just cannot stop them. Maybe they get drawn with a team that maybe struggles offensively, something like that. But this Omaha team is about as red can get for their defensive profile, and the eye test matches up with that. They are defense optional basketball team.
Okay. I don't think the metaphor you use is all that dangerous. So, is that the right read on this? You're trying to
Yeah, no,
tell
it's not. It's not dangerous.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't misinterpreting that. Yeah, I think their defense is not good enough. Even if they get hot in a tournament game, they're probably just keeping up with the opponent and not like creating any separation against the opponent. Would love to be wrong on this because I do love some of the names on this team. Lance Waddles feels like there's a lot of guys that just have like fun names on memorable tournament teams, and I feel like this is the roster I like the names of the most. But yeah, don't love the defensive profile for Omaha whatsoever. Gonzaga and Drake are on this list, but we want to ignore them, right? Because we know those teams and they're somewhat dangerous, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, we'll keep this strictly to the Cinderellas. So another Cinderella in the top 100 here, Troy, and the opposite of the profile of these other teams we've talked about. Troy is a great defensive team. They just won the Sun Belt. They held James Madison to 60 points, Old Dominion to 59 points along the way, 67th best defense in the country. Offensively, it's not pretty. This team can't shoot at all, and they shoot a bunch of threes. They shoot 45% of their shots from three. They make 30% of them. Not a good formula, but they're the fifth best offensive rebounding team in the country. They rebound their misses and they put them back. They got Tayton Connerway, who was the best player in the Sun Belt. He's a dude that can truly just win you a game. And then they got, I believe these players are brothers, Marcus and Miles Rigsby.
Mhm.
Guys, 1 year apart, sophomore and a junior, 163, 166. But you know, I love a sibling duo in March, Card. I'm intrigued.
A sibling duo from a team that clamps up. I think this is. I really like this Troy team. I found myself watching a lot of Sun Belt hoop this year. Honestly, I think it's your fault that I watched a little bit. You said it was like a fun conference, and I kind of tapped into it. I was impressed with the run that they made. Obviously, they knock off Arkansas State in the championship game. Um, I'm trying to find what a good metaphor is for this team. Um, it's something that's just ugly, but it gets it done. Like what they do defensively, especially this team is like a Texas A&M light to me in the form that they can't shoot, but they'll get the back when they can't shoot, and they lock in on the defensive end. They just lack the talent I think that a Texas A&M has. So that's the metaphor I'll use. They're a great value A&M, but I don't have an actual animal an analogy for you.
Okay. Yeah, I am gonna probably back this team to win their first round game at minimum, maybe a Sweet 16 run. I could see it here. Conaway's really good. I did the Sun Belt Conference preview with Action Network, and I mentioned that I really just believe Conaway is like a dude that can actually kind of just drag you to wins. And in the conference tournament, he sort of did that. He had 18 points, 22 points, 21 points. Felt like he was very clearly the best player. I wish they could shoot better, but if this team could shoot better, they wouldn't even be a Cinderella. Like pretty much everyone on the court for them shoots in the 20s percentage wise, and they're still just really tough. I'm gonna fall for the brothers every single time. That's where I'm at. All right, two more we want to do quickly. We got High Point. This is one of the teams that I really enjoyed watching in this conference tournament week, Cart. I was betting on this team consistently, and they made a lot of clutch plays. That Radford game, they needed some very serious end game stuff to survive that one. This team has won 14 straight games to end the regular season into the conference tournament. They are 29 and 5. They're the 83rd best team in the country. Awesome offense, 26th best offense in the sport. Green everywhere on the profile. They don't turn it over. They rebound their misses. They get to the free throw line. They shoot it efficiently from everywhere. The problem is the defense is 224th in the country. Just not very good on that end. They definitely try and compete, but they just don't really have much there. They got some players I love, though. Some great name guys. Once again, Keza Giffa is probably their best player. Justin Bodo Bodo is a 7 footer down low for High Point. It's a team you're going to remember at bare minimum. I can promise that. How dangerous are they?
They're very dangerous because of the offense. The offense is fun. This team is really, really fun, and they're special on the offensive end. Defensive end, not so much. I would constitute this team as polar bears, Gregory. Polar bears are special in the wintertime, and they're fun in the wintertime. They're on their back. They're swimming around glaciers. It's all good and well. When it warms up, the defensive end, not as great, but they are really, really special at what they do best. This is a team that easily could be a second weekend team just because the offense is that great.
Yeah, I see it. I also want to make known that they have Bobby Pettiford. Remember Bobby Pettiford, the Kansas?
Kansas, I thought he was at East Carolina.
He was at East Carolina. He ended up at High Point, where he now plays kind of a super sixth man role for this High Point team. Plays like 20 to 29 minutes a game and is a dude off the bench for them. So you got a former 5-star recruit off the bench. Like this team clearly has some talent and some shit to them. High Point and Troy are my two favorites that I expect to make March runs. That's what I could see. And then the final team we want to preview for this is St. Francis. St. Francis, probably the worst team that has actually clinched a bid here. 310th on Ken Palm, 16 and 17 overall. They're going to be a 16 seed unless I'm shocked here. They are really bad on both ends. They just magically won 3 games to win the Northeast Conference tournament. They won their final 3 games of the regular season, so they have won 6 straight, but all 3 of the games at the end of the regular season went to overtime, Cart. So this is like a pretty truly magical run at this point. And other than some fun names like Valentino Pinedo and Juan Cranford, I don't know that there's much to like about this team.
They won the championship game 46 to 43.
Yeah,
This team is as dangerous as a roly-poly.
they're just going to get stomped by whoever they get.
Yeah, they're going to curl up and get either tossed away or stomped.
It feels like this is like the Duke or Auburn opponent, and they lose by 50 in the first round.
Maybe 60.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that exercise?
I did.
I did too. That was fun. One big thing presented by YouTube Compliance. What do you got?
Well, can I first ask you to turn that frown upside down?
I'm happy.
You happy?
Yes.
Okay. My one big thing today is a question for you, Greg.
Yes.
Would you rather be the most elite pickleball player in the world or be a single handicap in golf?
Well, I am a top 100 pickleball player in the state of Michigan currently. and I would rather be good at golf. So I would rather be a single handicap.
What if you were the best pickleball player in the nation?
I don't think I'd be that much better than I currently am.
Oh, you're that good.
I'm special. You've seen
Okay.
it. Ask Riley Davis's
Oh,
friend.
yeah, you were pretty special. I must say. Yeah, you were good.
If it's got a paddle and I'm not across from Tyler Hansbrough, I like my chances.
Hansbrough did wash you on the ping pong table.
But he's special.
You think Hansbrough's good at pickleball?
He plays competitively. You haven't seen that?
No.
That's like his new exercise thing.
Oh, is it?
He plays competitive doubles pickleball and is nasty.
I can't get over the fact that he rocks the Verizon call center headset whenever he's on. There's I gotta get past that for
I
me.
love fun fact, Tyler Hansbrough and I follow each other on Instagram and like each other's posts every time there's a post. It's
Can you
incredible.
tell? Could you imagine telling like 10-year-old Greg that?
Yeah, I love that man. He was so nice at the Final Four a couple years
He's
ago
very
versus
nice,
yeah,
very
yeah.
nice dude.
Yeah, great guy. My one big thing, shout out to Swing Happy Golf. They gave me a little care package. I hit the boys in the friend group chat, the brotherhood group chat, and said, "Hey, fellas, diaper party, who's coming?" And I got hit with a couple ha-has. And then I was like, maybe a couple virtual beers tonight. No response, nothing. But I hit the Swing Happy group chat and said, anybody want to hit X Golf? Didn't even tell them it's a diaper party. And they showed up at the door with a care package and a Target gift card. Swing Happy special. They've been taking care of me for years in ways they shouldn't. And this crew neck's incredibly comfortable. I've already made the formal decision. When it's time to go to the hospital, I'll be wearing this crew neck for pictures at the hospital.
That's elite. How did X Golf go? Like, did you win? Did you lose?
Evan beat me. Evan's very good at golf. I beat my father-in-law a week before at X Golf, though. That was big for me.
You beat TP?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Will he admit that?
I think he was throwing it because we left and he kind of winked at me and was like, looks like I don't have to give you many strokes next time at the Moors, huh? Yeah, he might have been on some psycho shit.
Relax too.
I know.
Oh my God.
Oh, come on.
That's insane.
Okay, tell me you don't actually play serious golf without saying it.
I don't.
I know you don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
You can't swing an iron. Don't make jokes at my expense when we're talking golf.
When's the last time you played with me?
I don't know.
I can hit irons now. I'm not good, but I can hit them now. What? Oh,
It kind of sounds the same as like Leon can stand now.
I'll never golf with you ever again.
Like, sure. The last time that I did golf with you, in all seriousness, was at your home course with your father, and you quit in the middle of the round.
That wasn't the last time we played. See, you forget things.
Did that not happen?
I quit in the middle of the round.
Yeah, you didn't finish the round.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was eating me up there. But that was we played after that. Remember we had the 2v2 versus Swing Happy and we were actually playing well together.
That's true.
Yeah. So I there's you know what I'm saying? I took my iron out, I stuck a par three.
You're right.
Yeah. So but credit to you. I'm glad that you got that dub over TP.
I'm glad you stuck one. That's the show. We'll see you tomorrow, Riley Friday.